is. Well, that is what it is. Continue going on and let's go. Hello, chat. I'm back with another Ace Attorney Sunday. The question is, what happens once I'm out of Ace Attorneys? I'm never out of Ace Attorneys. There's a bunch of them. I'll never be out of Ace Attorneys. Actually, I probably will run out eventually. But hey, for now, while I have Ace Attorney Sunday, I'll keep the Ace Attorney Sunday. How you guys doing? It's been 3 days? Yep, 3 days since the last stream. So, I'm doing pretty good, actually. Just waiting on something next Tuesday. Hopefully it goes well. Which we hopefully it goes well. Nonetheless, we'll see when we get there. For today, though, got more Ace Attorney Day. I'm gonna give it like a minute or two first. Let's make sure everything is A-okay. I think it should be. Also, the audio of my mic might be a bit more hearable. Genuinely. Like, literally genuinely more hearable. Because I had too many filters, funnily enough. Actually, the issue was like, I had too many filters. And it was kind of basically ruining a lot of the quality of the sound. That moment of like, I went way to him for my own good. That was not a good decision. Either way, we have more Ace Attorney, as I said. I'm repeating myself again. God damn me. I need to not just keep going on these goddamn tirades for ages and ages. Okay, so remembering where we were, Soseki got himself in trouble again for like the billionth time, for the technically third time, I guess now. What is he, the new Larry Butts? Or is he the new Mayafe or the new Larry Butts? Either way, I guess it works out, I guess. Nonetheless, well, let's see where this goes, right? If I'm not wrong, this time around he's being convicted of at least it's not homicide this time. It's attempted homicide this time around. Which doesn't make it much better, but on a technicality, I think it is considered better. That's a bit of a technicality, though. It's still attempted homicide. It's still pretty bad. It's still really, really bad. So, let's see. Shall we? The Old Bailey. 1 sec. One sec. That's it. Just need these for my voice, otherwise I will... There goes my throat. Okay, let's start. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. That's my... Oh, I think I know who it is. Good morning! Good morning, Mr. Natsume. It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back. But now this! Another morning, another murder! And here I am again in this hellhole! And keep coming to court! I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh. Oh no, what is it this time?
Mr. Natsume, good morning.
Yes, morning.
So, here we are again.
Yes, again.
Judicial Assistant Miss Mikoto Esquires! What's the bad news?
Oh dear, you heard, did you?
Jesus.
If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help hearing what you say.
Oh, I am sorry.
You've done nothing wrong, Miss Susato. Now, what is it? Now, what is it?
Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Barak Van Zeeks.
Oh, is back. Again. Dicks. Van Zeeks?
Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, not again. Why this?
Yep, the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land, that has technically not won against MC once. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Sasaki-san and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through, but still. Barely.
Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter, after all.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says, nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zeeks is the prosecutor.
Oh no. Oh no. Why?
That even if that person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another.
And we've experienced it firsthand. Yep. Yes, we have. The man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal. Right here in the Old Bailey. Wait, but we didn't acquit Gina. Gina's alive. Gina's fine. Gina Lestrade is okay.
Ah! Do I have to put up with those ice cold eyes boring into my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits and now by the Reaper! Bear of petrifying perils, potentially!
I swear to God, I'll be very happy once I am done with Sasaki. And my throat will be very glad as well.
Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Esquire.
Yes?
I'm innocent. You have to believe me. You more than anyone now.
Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle. I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Yeah, somehow it never is easy now, is it? Well, except the first cases. Usually they make the first cases easy enough. Except Apollo Justice. Funnily enough, Apollo Justice is today like literally the best first case in the game, in all the games, by far. It's actually challenging. It's actually not like straightforward easy. It's actually got some challenge to it for reals. It's literally the best first case they've ever made for Ace Attorney. Because it's the only one where they don't treat it as a tutorial mechanism at all. Like it technically starts off as it, but it does not. It goes very much into not territory very quickly. It's quite impressive, actually, when you think about it. Nonetheless, I should keep going.
Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Let's go.
Oh, yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean.
What? That's probably for the best. Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh,
If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zinks wanted to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling.
Mr. Naruhodo.
You're right. Yes, you're so right. Oh, well said, Locum Student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Well said.
I swear on the sword at my side, and on the spirit of Cosmo that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free, with honor.
Oh, yes.
That sounds so wrong. For some reason, oh yes from Susato seems so wrong. I don't know why. 22nd February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Oh god damn it, the judge voice. Damn it. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. What did I do for Van Zeek's voice? I know I was like, I had like, I think it's more of an aggressive voice. It has to be, the prosecution is ready. Something like that, I guess? The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat. It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zeeks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason.
It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all.
Yet now he's back in the courtroom, though for some reason, only when I'm defending. This Reaper, his curious design for his Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Jesus, it's like, racism? You want me to say at this point. Still, this isn't time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial. I think he's working on it. Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty? Fudge me, I forgot about the jury.
Absolutely. I had a feeling that...
Larrikin? One second. What is this word? What the hell is a larrikin? What the hell is this? A larrikin is an Australian English term meaning a mischievous young person, an uncultivated, rowdy but good-hearted person. Or a person who acts with apparent disregard for social or political conventions. Huh. It's an Australian term. Oh, we're going full Australian on this one, okay. Fair enough.
Absolutely. I had a feeling that Larrikin wasn't innocent before.
I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days when my tongue refuses to sit right.
Oh, well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually. Oh, God, kill me. I have only a limited amount of female voices I can make, please.
I need to be here somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting.
No, I can do this better.
I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
Better.
Couldn't agree more. I need to take home 5 bucks tonight, or the missus will go through the roof.
May the Lord show us unlike here and leads us flock to a righteous verdict.
Is that good? Let me see.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here, and let us flock to a righteous verdict.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public, and that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt.
I actually feel like, for the sake of my voice, I wish I was playing normal Ace Attorney, because I would have to do way less voices. The problem with this game, I thought, is the amount of characters usually because of the jurors. So thankfully they do repeat quite a lot, but it's still in one case I have to at least find a voice. The consistency is at least MC I can just use my voice, so that's fine. One for the prosecutor, one for the judge, one for the assistant. Then at least defendant I needs one. The guilty, the culprit, the actual culprit usually needs another. Any extra witnesses is extra voices. So this is the usual in Ace Attorney, right? In this case, unfortunately, because of the juror system, I have to add 6. I'm basically screwed. 6 citizens of London, chosen at random. Or at least, that's the idea. Though that's a lot of repeats with only one new one.
The prosecution will draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today.
Unfortunately, one of them is missing, it seems.
Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Vengeeks, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese has our direst consequences. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand. Witnesses, plural. Oh, we're taking the cloak off immediately. The detective is responsible for investigating the scene, and the accused himself.
Well, this is gonna go well. This is a start.
No. Witnesses, your name and occupations, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. Soseki Natsume from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture.
Fudge me.
Mr. Natsume? Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken. But you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. I remember it as if it were yesterday. The day before, in fact, my lord.
That was too much Tobias Gregson.
The day before.
Ah, god damn it. The Gregson voice and the Van Zeek's voice just get muggled into each other.
Day before, in fact, but close enough.
Oh, believe me, that's the last place I want to be.
Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court.
I think that's better.
Right you are, sir.
I'm trying. It's so hard to. They're similar.
The incident occurred at the Garrett household where the defendant has lodgings. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare. I forgot about that. I forgot about the William Shakespeare.
Oh my god, I've completely forgot about the William. Man, I wonder if he's a sham. That's not even subtle. This is not even a subtle one. The defendant has already The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shakespeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by strychnine. What the hell? How do you read this shtick? How to say?
Strychnine.
Oh, strychnine. It's actually said strychnine. Okay. Strychnine. Poisoning by strychnine. Actually, that makes it a lot easier to say. Yeah. It was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. This means, I presume, that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident. Correct. Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible. Although the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, lives to tell tale, he very literally didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I was the first officer on the scene, my lord. And I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked. What the hell is going on? What is that near his head? What the hell? Something weird there. Is it just me? Is that like a earring? Oh, he's probably like this. Yeah, makes sense. Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased. That's right. That's right. Everyone present believed that's exactly what he was. Yep, literally everyone did. Very well, I shall accept this photograph of print as evidence for the court. Crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. Now then, Mr. Natsume.
Yes. Yeah?
As a defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture?
They're haunted by evil spirits.
Good gracious. What's haunted?
My lodgings. There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. The man before me died in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. And me. What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times.
Cool, Mr. Natsume. Oh.
Even on that fateful night, it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shakespeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out and somebody tried to kill me.
You must always extinguish all fires when we retire for the night, Mr. Natsume.
But it's so cold. My runny nose would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed?
Thank you, witnesses. Thank you, witnesses. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events. If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. Conclusive? Go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal. And he has named the true culprit. Ah, boy. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in the cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused.
The accused? Good grief!
That was terrible.
Order! Order!
Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Soseki-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him? True. What evidence do we even have? We have a receipt through the books. We have nearby the street map. Oh, this is where the other whole thing happened. We have the torn off end of an envelope. Doesn't even have anything special. It just looks like an envelope. It has some weird, like, white bit there. Whoever opened this envelope didn't bother with a letter opener or scissors, did they?
Yes. Yes. Whoever opened it was clearly someone with unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of the rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed.
Miss Susato, I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes? Sherlock Holmes?
You can never read too much of it, Mr. Naruhodo. Never!
Yeah, I think so, same. The pair of teacups, which are very much cracked, by the way. Oh, wait, look, there's a difference. This one is empty over here, but that one has a full-blown, like, marks inside. Like the tea, maybe? The bar of soap, which has a weird, like, coin thing in there. And finally, the crime scene photograph, which I didn't see anything weird. Not that I didn't already notice during the investigation bit.
Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you to say to this accusation?
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside was always freezing nights, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never!
The public pump was frozen, you say?
That's not information we've heard before.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection.
None whatsoever, my lord.
Good. Then you will give your accounts of the events on the night in question to the court now.
Yes, my lord!
I'm trying. Soseki's not easy, people. Soseki's not the easy voice. Catastrophic night.
It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. My tea was completely harmless! He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
1 second. We need to. Strychnine. Okay.
Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't kill over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless, presumably, though. Teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they?
Why didn't I think of that? Because, we have to be a bit dumb as MCs.
Well, as it happens, no, we haven't been able to. Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance.
How could you have overlooked something so important? Is that the first thing you should have done?
My learned Nipponese friend is falsely incensed. Inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked.
Unable? Why?
It's simple enough. There was none left. Not a drop. Someone must have been very thirsty indeed. With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under certain circumstances. We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
Sure. Actually... Oh, shit. I didn't even see what he said.
I see, thank you. The matter is clear.
There is one thing I have to check, because I did see something interesting. This one is clean, but that one has something there. You can kind of see it. This must be the cup that Mr. Shamspeare was drinking from. It's stained on the inside.
Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea.
Oh, really? I've never noticed before.
You've never noticed?
Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gobble down. Drink tea while it's hot. That's the Japanese way, isn't it?
Oh dear, so many people seem to have the wrong idea of our culture. And most of them are Japanese.
On the other hand, though, this one's clean.
This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking.
Yes, unlike the other one, the inside of the cup is completely clean.
I suppose he must have drunk the contents before the tea had a chance to leave a mark.
I always gulp it down, too.
Sorry, Mr. Naruto?
Well, if you just sip it little by little, it goes cold.
Clearly, I shall have to instruct you in the proper way to make tea.
Oh, there's no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. Okay, we got a new evidence bit. Not sure if that will help, probably. But we'll see. Anyways, back to the story.
Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend.
What?
Oh no. You could see it in their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity.
He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Average day. Let's go. He does this. Look, I do this, but I use glasses, people, okay? I can't. Like, I do that, and what's gonna happen is, something bad to my glasses is gonna happen. And for anyone who asks, why didn't you wear contacts? I don't actually like contacts. I prefer having my glasses. I actually don't really like using contact lenses. Well, I could, but I don't really like it. So, I've always preferred to just use the glasses. The only negative is technically I have to clean them once every so often, which every so often I have to clean them up, which, yeah, but I kind of like it as is. I think. Not I think. I don't think I know. I need to put a filter on my brain one of these days for like a filter on my brain for stupid lines, literally, of just, you know what? I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't.
Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Here we go. Woohoo! First cross-examination. Let's go. Finally. I will not repeat what they said. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor, and I took some tea with me as a gift.
Hold it!
Were you and your neighbor good friends then?
Ah, no, we weren't friends. Not at all. Not at all. Never, ever.
A simple no would have sufficed. Oh god. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit?
Mr. Shakespeare fancies himself as having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together.
Come now, no Nipponese can understand the finer points of English literature.
And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume.
It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I just arrived back at my lodgings when I ran into Mr. Shakespeare outside on the street. That was around 6 o'clock. We exchanged one or two pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time, though. So I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No, not one, not two, not any, none at all. Never, ever.
Yeesh. We get it. A no is enough. Whoa.
A simple no would have sufficed, I feel.
Again, yeah, we're two now.
Then tell the core what did happen when you visited the victim's room.
We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room and ended around the level.
Hold it!
Press everything. A literary debate about Shakespeare's works, I think you said, didn't you? Yes, so there's William Shakespeare and then there's actual Shakespeare. They do actually reference proper Shakespeare, so... William Shakespeare is a name.
Shakespeare? Oh, very worthy topic of conversation, I must say.
Oh yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet, who was stronger? It was a profoundly pleasurable parley.
Romeo and Juliet? Who was stronger?
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go?
Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment. So we battled it out in a Greco-Roman style, naturally.
What?
Mr. Shakespeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for such a contest.
So, when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume?
He as Romeo, I as Juliet, and after a vigorous wild tussle, I as Juliet came out on top. A victory I'll cherish forever!
I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage. The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct?
I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I heard that he was too poor to have tea himself, you see.
It's true, there was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room.
I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless. Of course it was.
Do you have any basis for that statement, witness?
That's a good point. My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
Hold it!
Could he? He could. Maybe. I don't know. Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there? Damn. That is true, there was no tea left in the room at all. Also 1 second. Just gotta... There we go. Sorry about that. I had to just do a little teensy bit. There was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there?
That's correct.
Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all we would have needed to analyze it for poison. And you say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume.
Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it.
The landlord was able to verify that, as it happens. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night. So we do have guarantee, at 11 p.m., he did leave. Good. At least that is a fact.
And how was the landlord able to attest to this?
He, said it was the lamps, I believe.
The lamps, Inspector.
When tenants return to the rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flicker. Oh yeah, the flickering, right.
Yes, Mr. Gary Depp seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants.
I am so sorry for anyone that's getting absolute level 10 billion levels of cringe out of me for me, but this is how I play this game while I'm streaming, so my apologies, and at the same time, no apologies. This is how I play. Deal with it. Or don't. I'm doing this because I feel like it. So, it's your choice.
There's only one key to Mr. Shamspeare's room, and I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room.
I need to stop just... I'm just spitting everywhere. Some of these are hard to control. 1 second. Also, if you're wondering what I have here is holes. This is for... I think it's... How do you say this in English? Like, it's like... I guess... Do you have a word for like... We call it, rupsage in Portuguese. I don't know if you have a word for this specifically in English. Because I think I remember, like, at one point I did do like a translation on Google. It was like, it came out as candy, right? This stuff. But it's like, is this really candy? Because for us, candy is a different name, so that's why I'm kind of like, not really sure what you actually call these. If anyone does know what you actually call stuff like this, like, in English, just please do tell me. I'm curious and I would like to know. Well, anyways, chat, let's keep going. The victim... Okay. The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes.
So I'm right, the team was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die. Everyone knows that.
It's not that simple, I'm afraid.
Huh? What do you mean?
Good question. Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. Hold it! But can they survive it? How long does it take for symptoms to appear then? According to the coroner, According to the coroner I was speaking to at the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation. So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure.
Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left. You can't deny that. And it further degrades Soseki-san's alibi. I have the medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out, really. The accused is the only person who could have done it.
Very well, the court will add this report to the court record as evidence.
The victim's medical report has been entered into court record. Let's see.
Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms.
Let's see what it says. I prefer reading it myself. William Shakespeare is 31. Cause of coma, ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Strychnine, not strychnine. Strychnine. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood of the substance having been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. Investigative conclusions. The poison is occurred at around 1:30 a.m. on 21st February. Access from the victim's pocket watch that appears to have broken from the man when the man collapsed. At the delayed onset of symptoms. No criteria for the poison was found at the scene. Wait. Occurred at 1:30 a.m. Wait. There's a delay of 30 minutes after ingestion. Wait, but... Wait, Soseki-san left at 11 p.m. He left at exactly 11, and it is corroborated by Mr. Garrideb's testimony. So... The fudge? So wait, he literally drank the poison 2 hours after Soseki-san left? The man collapsed at the late onset. So yet, that was because on 1:30 he collapsed because glug glug, he drank the poison for half an hour before. So at 1 a.m. he would have taken the poison. But why did he only drink poison like 2 hours after Soseki left? He didn't drink the tea while Soseki was there, but like 2 hours after Soseki left, he drinks the tea and it's like, the hell? That's a really weird. Great. Great. Something is very weird here. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Hold it!
The argument still stands, you say. This is what Mr. Natsume has been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, the victim wouldn't have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on. Wait, what? 1 second. I'm getting confused. The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, the victim would not have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on.
Exactly! Ah, me and my tea are innocent! Sweet and innocent, I tell you!
I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strychnine is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you could have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea. And as long as you did that, Mr. Shakespeare could have locked the door after you're gone.
But no! We drank the tea straight away! The battle over whether Romeo or Juliet was stronger, that came after the tea!
Do you have any evidence to support that statement? 1 second. This is me sending Discord messages at the same time.
In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying: drink tea while it's hot.
Sure, the proverb will satisfy the prosecution. I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this matter.
No.
That's the extent of their testimony, is it?
If I could voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo.
Of course, go ahead.
Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly, so persistently. Yet Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating.
I agree. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. My mom just started like cleaning the cleaning the floor right now. It's like, God, the detergent. I can smell the detergent. Jesus Christ. Jeez, my lord. I'll be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of the smell of detergent at all. It's just, It's something I just never got used to very well. Funnily enough, I actually kind of like the smell of gasoline comparatively. I don't know why. The smell of gasoline never, like, irked me at all. I actually kind of even like the smell. But somehow the smell of detergent, for me, just, no. For my nose. I don't know why. It is the weirdest shit. I've always been like that for some reason. I have never understood the why. It's so weird. Oh well.
I'm afraid so. As things stand, the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty.
As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison and the tea. Let's listen carefully through this testimony again.
Yes.
The poison and the tea. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room. The problem is like... there's a few alleyways we can go about this. The problem is the teacups used by Mr. and Mr. There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. The thing is, I need a contradiction. We had a little debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. Then even when I visited him, I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a little debate over a nice hot drink. My tea was completely harmless. The weird bit is literally that there's two ways I could go about this, right? I have this because technically at 1:30 a.m. That does contradict, like, when he went out. Like, he would have had time, but like, if they truly did drink, right? Oh shit, that's on me. I fudged up. This is a weird one. It's gotta be one of the two. Like, it's either the teacups or the thing. Like, the thing is, like, there's two ways I could go about this. Let's try this one first, though. None of this really matters otherwise, like this? I'm pretty sure. Like, I haven't seen anything weird here. Everything seems about normal. So, this because of the time? Okay, I got it. Woo! Mr. Natsume, you say it was 11 p.m. when you left to return to your room, correct? Okay, so it is the time. Because it's really weird. Yes. And Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally? Of course we can. There's no problem with that report, Sunshine. Actually, I think there's a very big problem. Because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony. A chrono... What? What are you on about? According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11. See the issue here? Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, If there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 full hours after the defendant left? Wow! They both did the same, by the way. Did you see? They both reacted equally.
The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zeeks?
Oh, god damn it. Well, it's got the wine. Well. You're not gonna throw it, are you?
Pray forgive the discourtesy. My mind does wander. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hollowed chalice this lunch. How could it have happened, you ask?
Jesus Christ.
I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
A phantom?
It is so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left. For example, at the time stated in the medical report. Yes, at around 1:30.
Objection!
Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there is a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
Objection!
And in my country, there is an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities.
What sort of possibilities, Counsel?
Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
Another visitor. That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend. From someone who has nothing to substantiate it.
Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition.
So you suggest this may have been a suicide?
Objection!
Mr. Shemspeare has categorically... Mr. Shemspeare has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted.
Objection!
Oh, but he could be lying.
Is something wrong? Is something wrong, Lord Van Zeeks? I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the court. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Carriage? What carriage? I didn't hear shit.
It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived.
Hold it? I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused. I'm as confused as the... out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow. Oh, god damn it. What do I do here?
A poor player that stuts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
I'll try my best. God.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
I will do the most obnoxious voice I obviously can make.
Who, sir, are you? Who, sir, are you?
William Shakespeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim.
What? What's he doing here? I mean, you know, being the victim.
The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed.
Ah, sticks. You're calling him as a witness to his own attempted homicide? I guess fair.
Very well, counsel. I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself.
I am so screwed. I feel. Happy I am, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. I will do my best to be as obnoxious as possible, but I still have my own tale to tell. My own tale of worse woe. I can regale the court with the tale of my perfect innocence in perfect English.
That will do, Mr. Nutsmith. Let the court now hear from the victim.
We are so screwed. God, he has such a punchable face. Wait, what? Alright, so that's Mr. Shamspear. But who's that other man beside him?
Yes, I feel sure that we've caught a glimpse of that man before.
State your names and occupations for the court, please, witness.
A writer of words so sweet that you scent the breeze, and a miner of ideas so profound they compose the earth. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare. For the great bard to be recalled to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man! Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle. William Shakespeare. God, that name.
Oh, name's Matterman. I don't be Matterman. I work for the Altamont Gas Company, Eastern Branchouts.
I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road.
Oh yeah, he's the guy. Oh yes, she's right. It's him. It's him. He's the guy that was like looking over there on the window, or bricked window.
Oh?
Oh, what's this? What's that man doing over there? It looks like he's trying to see into Soseki-san's lodgings.
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
Excuse me, can we have a word?
See ya. When I wanna be ya.
I like the voice acting. Yes, we spotted him outside Mr. Garrett's house that morning. And he's a gas company employee. What does he have to do with this case?
So, Mr. William Shakespeare, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct?
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember that sweet poison that did cross me and cross mine innocent lips? Oh god, I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt from the jurors' minds, I'm sure. Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that me is a seraph, an angel indeed. Busby, I noble of mind, sweet of nature, verily, honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be. Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name. No, not at all.
The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid.
God damn it. They're actually taking the Seraph anagram idea seriously? I'm with you on that.
Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating introductions.
But, my lord, what's the man next to Shamspear doing here? The gas man, I mean.
What, me? Well, now, allow me to enlighten my learned friends. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence. When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question. And moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar.
What? No, I didn't quite say that.
This young chin stroker is here to controvert your wild claims. Conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Matterman?
Hey, hang on. No, I'm just here.
I hereby call for your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
One may smile and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of that wintry night of my discontent.
God, Jesus Christ. How long am I gonna have to voice this character? I don't freaking know. I am screwed. The wintry night of my discontent.
The snow lay about, my neighbor that cometh in the evening bearing a gift of tea.
Sup, Black Reaper? How you doing? Doing good, thank you. Having the worst, the funniest, and most bullshit voice I think I've ever had to done in one of these streams. Somehow, some way. It is probably my... God, it's not even painful on my voice, it's just annoying.
But Mary, bitter was his drink, and when he left, I did fall prostrate on my table. 'Twas the tea alone that passed my lips that late hour, naught else.
I was outside this bloke's waiting in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. No one else visits his room for that short little round-backed Eastern fella.
That one's fine. More annoying on the voice. That's fine. Wait, what did you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shakespeare's room all night. Why?
Oof. That's right. That's right. That's right. Of course, the bloke's window's all but locked up, isn't it? There's a little gap in the bricks where you can see into the room. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from shattering as I peered in through that. The question is, sir, why?
Ah, well now, that's because it's on my list.
Your list?
What a piece of work is a man. Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in wonderment?
Is this the game where they record but everyone looks like they raided a costume store? Yes, it is. This guy more so than usual. This guy is the whole circus! Literally! Like, holy shticks! Also, his name is ridiculously stupid. Somehow, they called him, quite literally, William Shakespeare. I didn't stutter. William Shakespeare. Not Shakespeare, Shakespeare. Because Shakespeare is actually another something else in this video. But yes, this is that game, and it's basically the game that kills my voice the fastest, because having to do I don't know how many voices for this is basically hell. I'm still gonna do it, and you can't stop me, and if you hate it, I'm so sorry, but it's gonna stay. There is no way I'm not doing it. I'm going to be a bit of a recluse here today because I'm recovering. If I don't talk much, that's why. Oh, my best wishes, my man, and hope you recover well. No worries, Bob. Do as you wish. Again, streams, my Ace Attorney streams are usually just me narrating, unfortunately. I mean, I talk more with you guys, but I mean, I do sometimes, but it's hard to get a conversation about this game going sometimes, believe me. I mean, I can, but It's like, then I stopped playing the game. It's a weird case. I'm never sure if this is a good game to stream or not, but hey, I enjoyed this game a lot. Shemspeare, wow, how subtle. I know, right? Subtlety went out the window. Just, literally just... I didn't actually throw it. I'm not gonna throw that. But this is like my... This is my sunglasses box. So no. It's okay, that's cinema for me. Yeah, basically, this is your cinema, just with shit voice acting. Oh, actually, no, this is cinema, you're correct. It's one of those B movies. You're in one of those B movies right now, Black Reaper. The really shit production movies, like, where they have no cord. Also, pretty sure a scepter counts as a weapon in cord. I think it does, actually, yeah. What are you talking about? This buzzing busybody have not part in this play. I pray thee, pay him no heed. Make no more ado about his tedious words. Oh. What you say about me? I swear to God, he looks a lot like Popeye. He looks a lot like Popeye, that other character. Calm yourself. Shut. It's good. This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question. Yeah, this ain't Shakespeare. I can understand his gibberish, and he's not making new words. True. Jesus. But you make it fun. Oh, thank you, Black Reaper. I hope so. I hope I make it fun. Nothing more. Thankfully, there's no more Miss Garredup. Please, just no more Miss Garredup to voice. Just none of that, please.
Indeed, that is so. And as a testimony we have just heard clearly reveals, there was no other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out his crime.
Ah, shit. You see the problem here by the Myomorphous? See how many characters I have to voice? That was the jury. Each of them has actual voice lines. There's so many characters. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, I could just do a default voice for the jury, but then that's no fun. God, kill me.
Well, I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial. Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with a cross-examination.
Wow, the shipping wars must be firing and uncontrollable. Oh yeah, no, the shipping wars are evil. Actually, I wonder how many shipping wars are in this. I actually don't think there's that many ships in Ace Attorney, because it's usually very, like, obvious who they're with. I guess there's the Phoenix ride with Mia Fey or Phoenix ride with Maya Fey. There's that debate, at least. I hope there's no goddamn shipping with Pearl. Oh god. Yes, my lord. Please that there be no ships between Pearl, Fey, and any other character, please. Oh god. Also in this one is Naruhodo and Susato. Okay. The snow lay about, my neighbor did cometh in the evening bearing a gift of tea. Let's see. To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst thought that I call him the man from upstairs.
And at what time did the mustached Nipponese visit you in your room?
My bad.
Our minute was promised for the hour of 9, and lo, did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea. Details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony, yes. Yes. And we were broiled in such a literary debate as history have not seen before.
By which I presume he means...
Their discussion about who was the stronger, Romeo or Juliet.
Yeah, somehow the defendant and that guy had a debate about who is stronger, literally, Romeo or Juliet. Not in emotional terms or shit like that, no. Who is stronger? Like, this kind of stronger. And I'm like, this is the most... What the liberal average hell is this? What kind of this? How is that a literary discussion? Who could do the best suplex? It's not who can do the best suplex, Romeo or Juliet? Did they forget Juliet was 13 and Romeo was 20 something? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, they did. I think they did. I think they did. Still so dumb.
Shakespeare did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as would our characters be, to bring weight upon our merry experiment.
I dare not imagine the scene.
Well, to be fair, everyone forgets that. Yeah, being fair, yeah, me too. I actually didn't know until you told me that. Juliet on the bench press. Oh god.
Frailty, thy nameless woman. Canst imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the Eastern art of Jiu-Jitsu, but...
Wait. Oh, so this guy is a LARPer. Basically, yes. The both of them, I guess. Wait. 1 second. Oh, okay, fair enough. I actually didn't know the oranges on Jiu-Jitsu. Now I do.
Ne'er did I dream 'twould to be a skill practiced by this comely maiden.
Juliet beat Romeo up. This is not helping our case. I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought your room.
My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly, I would do thy bidding.
God, I hate this. The dialogue is so annoying. But Mary, bitter was his drink. When he left, I did fall prostrate on my table. Hold it! More specific, please. Let me stop you there. Mr. Nutsman left your room at 11 o'clock. But it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. Wasn't it only 2 hours? Fine. What am I supposed to say to this? Like, this guy is not he's not the clown, he's the whole fucking circus. I swear to God, he is the whole circus. If the defendant had really put the poison into your tea, man, hit a emote. Yeah, I feel like that's an emote. Like, literally, that could be made into an emote. That's how what the hell is that is. Like, it's so good. It's such a good emote. Emote. One of these is just like... I don't even know. It's English person dance. Exactly. I don't even know. I'm trying. I'm gonna stop now. Oh my god. If the defendant really put the poison into your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain.
Gladly. 'Tis an easy task.
What? What?
I did drink of the tea now while my guest is tarry, but after he took leave of me. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but at 1 hour post midnight barely were my lips parched.
Objection!
That doesn't sound normal.
Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sir. After all, thou wouldst recall our fiery debate. Amidst such an argument, there'd be no time for fiery tea.
Romeo and Juliet again. And who was stronger? Mr. Shakespeare. In summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? But of course, my liege. It was the stupid lover of words that attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil. That makes sense at all. If anything, that would leave you parched for beverages. I know, right? That is true. Like, the debate was a fight, a literal fight. The last thing the thing you'd want to do after that fight is literally drink something. Like, after, even if I wasn't, but like, I can assure, like, I used to be like, a professional swimmer when I was like, when I was like 18 and stuff, right? I used to be a professional swimmer. And I can tell you one thing, I was inside water. But even after all the exhaustion of swimming, I still wanted to drink water. You know, potable water, not pool water, which is full of chloro. So, not that water. But yeah, you get the point. I can affirm this. It must not make sense. We all know what that means. I was on a sport club and debate club, and those water jugs were pretty empty by the time the session was done. Yep, that is a good way to say it. Budget, I'm doing streams, and half the time I want to drink water. On that for 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a fucking bottle of water. Just go grab water. Give myself credit there. Good excuse to go grab, to get it off my seat for a second. There you go, water. That's Mormon. This will be over by the end. It was the tea alone that didn't pass my lips that late hour, not else.
Hold it!
Not else. Okay. So, you didn't have any kind of evening meal? Dinner? Supper? Ah, fine luxury, fine gluttony. To eat fries daily is but a waste of time. What? Sorry? I would that my belly were full no more often a Sunday fries. Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say. And I understood jack shit of what he said. Night and day to fill my hours of learned study of the great bard and playwright. And Cyril, is it that there doth not be in my chamber bidden the costumes of mine art? You're gonna die, buddy, at the rate you're going. That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found starved to death in your room. What? I can see why Romeo was if you're the guy acting as him. I know, right? Also, what? How is that even possible? What? They actually found a mouse starved to death in his room. Jesus! How is that even possible? Like a dead rat, sure, but a literally, specifically starved to death rat. That's a much more impressive case. Jesus.
Yeah, now I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from that room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single play or script anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's... Or I have devoured them all. What? I mean, is food always in a bedroom? Okay, no, but when you're kind of in a case of like a one room, like you only have one room, you probably have some food reserves, like more dry foods reserved there. Like if you were living in a one room type of place, you'd have to have somewhere in there. Like you have a cabinet, you use it, or a fridge. Oh, so it's an apartment. It's an apartment, yes. It's a literal one-room apartment in this case, yes. So, yeah, this is an apartment, basically. Just think of it as an apartment for this one. You've eaten them. every word being within my skull. That's how I imagine otherwise. Yeah, no man is hiding something star routes are normal. Yeah, exactly. Right, that wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the tea. God damn it. Okay, let's see what this guy has to say. Also thank God. I was outside the bloke's window in the freezing cold night, keeping an eye on his room.
Hold it!
Starved and no other rat ate it. Something is going on. Yeah, exactly. That is very weird to say. But the windows of that house have all been filled. That is actually true. Like, one rat starved and no other rat ate it is pretty bad. It's like, what the fuck is going on in that room? But the windows of that house have all been filled in.
A historical artifact of the now defunct window tax.
Yeah, you're right then. All bricked up horribly. But as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom corner that's been opened up. I was looking in through that gap.
Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there?
And for some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well. Oh yeah, the weird soap.
I don't like going out poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights. But them's my orders, so that's what I'll keep doing, as long as there's breath in my body.
So why are you there again? Oh. What's with all the theatricals to get today? Good commission. Out of interest, Mr. Matterman. After the accused had left and returned to its own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all?
No, he never left.
Oh, Jesus.
He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned.
And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. How can you be sure of that? Man has the jaw of a chained comp. Oh, you mean a chomper? One of those the things from Mario, the chain chompers that that have like a chain attached to them. The big black ball, chain attached, has a mouth, two eyes, and just that stuff. Yeah, and you know what? I can see that. I can definitely see it. The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle. My bad. The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. I'm still trying to decide exactly what voice I give Venzix. To this point, I'm still not sure if I should be more this or more deep. It's hard. Also, is everyday cosplay day in this court? Everyone seems to be going to an Espel at this rate. Oh, I should probably tell you, this whole thing is technically during, if I'm not wrong, like, I'll show you if I have something here that can help me here. Please tell me there's something with a date. No, there isn't. So, this is all from back in, like, between... it's probably in the 90s. This is like... I don't remember if this is in the 80s or 90s. Budget. Great. Because this game takes place way back. Time. No, I want Okay, it's near the end of the 19th century and the dawn of the 20th century. So there you go. So it's somewhere between 1890 and 1910, somewhere around there. So around that point. So that's why. So this is way back in the day. So technically they're not cosplaying. Well, some of them are not. I'm not gonna say shit about the clown. The theatrical guy. Everyone looks like they're from a historical manga. That's because, again, this is 1890 to around the 1900s. So, because it's around that time period, I guess a lot of these suits are a bit more normal? Well, maybe not Van Zeeks and the clown.
And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit would have removed the receptacle. Mahaha. Oh yes, lucidly explained, counsel. Thank you.
Well, the fact that there's a trial and it's already, that's a surprise. Yeah, fair enough. Who says it isn't? Who says it's not, Rick? Ahaha! It really was. You can't argue with the logic. No one else visited the room but that short, wild, little round-backed Eastern fella.
Hold it!
You say a short, little, round-backed Eastern fella, so you can't be sure it was the defendant then.
Objection!
Oh, goddammit.
How many other short, little, round-backed Nipponese with mustache do you think there are in London?
Well, of course. Well, of course. It's only a narrow gap, and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice the mustache. But he showed up at around 9, so I'm pretty sure of myself. And when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shamspear drink tea together? Nah, sorry, I couldn't say. Why not? Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, could I? But what I did see was the silhouette of what that little round-backed fella wearing a pretty dress. Oh, god damn it. The fucking Romeo and Juliet argument. Then the pair of them started some kind of wrestling match. I tell you, I didn't know what to make of it. When one thinks for some reason the time period in place, that court smells like actual death. I mean, someone did die already in this series of the Ace Attorney. In this courtroom. Inside of a carriage. Inside of the courtroom. On fire. So yes, it probably does smell a little bit like death after that one.
I suppose.
I'm not actually joking, it did happen.
That was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting in the way.
Mr. Madam, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question?
No question. Guzman's on. God damn it. Oh. Over? That wasn't me. Oh. Ah, god damn it.
My lord. Goodness me. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I've kept my mouth shut and listened to now. But this has gone on long enough. Are you all with me?
Yes! I don't care. I can't do 6 voices in one.
Are we to understand that you ladies and gentlemen of the jury are in agreement with one another? That you've reached a unanimous decision? Too right we have. Are you all with me?
Yes! Wait, no. The defense is in the middle of a cross-examination.
To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's room.
Oh god, here comes the problematic part.
The 3 missing hours, as you put it. But in the end, what difference do they make? None as far as I can see.
But there's no bathrooms in it. Or obviously it doesn't smell that good since the city back then smelled so bad. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that part, yeah, it smells like that. There's no way in hell it doesn't smell like shit. Quite literally. that case literally smells like shit. More so than death, it just smells like shit. Ah, Jesus.
And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer.
Like I was saying before, if I don't take Flight Ball home with me tonight, the missus will blow her top.
Huh? What's that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what... I'm sorry, I did... Oh, what's that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said.
I'm trying.
Very well, let the court be apprised of your decisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will say your leanings are up to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty!
And I'm shutting.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Oh,
Guilty. Guilty.
to be fair, that is not the voice I saw for the 5th guy. The 5th juror's voice kind of caught me off guard. I was like, damn. All of you?
Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous.
God damn it. Well, that's not a good start now, is it? We're not out of it yet, so don't worry. So, this time at least, it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say. This calls for a toast, I feel. To the guilty being punished. I'm trying.
Get up, Mr. Naruhodo. Please. The trial isn't over yet.
What do you mean, Miss Susato? Did you really forget the mechanic?
What about the information I found in the Encyclopedia of British Law I have? That obscure right that belongs to the defense in these situations. Remember?
Right, because it's technical. Okay, so the reason why we're being an idiot is because technically, usually it took like a year or two to release the second Grace Edge Attorney game. And so people might not remember the mechanic, so we have to reintroduce the mechanic. A summation examination. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course. We're here in the British Court of Law. If we can reverse the decisions of a majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. Yep, and this is how we're gonna get out of this situation again. This trial cannot end now. My voice certainly can. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord. Why am I not surprised at my learned Nipponese's friends' inability to admit defeat? Choose to cling to desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth.
Certainly no other defense counsel in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination.
Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered. God, I mean, it cannot be altered. More like that. So, it cannot be altered. More like that.
Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The defense counsel's request is granted. This court will now proceed with a summation examination, as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law.
Thank you, my lord. Not your honor, my lord. On this one, it's my lord. My lord indeed. My lord, my goddamn throat.
Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman?
Believe me, my lord. We know all about this young lad's tenacity. And we're ready for it.
Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you. State the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused.
Oh boy. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions.
The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and straight up. There's no reason to doubt the man.
Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid.
Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, tubes all the while, and has a mustache. Very fishy. The hell?
There is no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a fraudsman, for now at least.
Oh, I really don't care. Like, I just need the trial to end quickly. Just need the trial to end quickly.
The odds of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know. Nothing at all.
Well, good. Great. This helps a lot. I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced.
It would seem that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Shamsphere is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen.
If you ask me, they've all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements. How the hell did they get bewitched by that? Is my question, chat. The bigger question here is, how? If anything, I would have said the opposite. I'd be more question marked of him if someone did that in court. I'd be way more fishy and suspicious of them.
And sadly, nothing Mr. Natsume has said appears to have registered at all.
Well, here goes. Let's not forget, I've pleaded with the jury on Seki's behalf before, and it worked. So you never know. God kill me. Before we begin,
might be needed for me to remind you exactly how a summation examination works, Mr. Naruhodo.
oh,
Well, you're still very new to British law, after all.
that's true, I suppose. And Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands now, too. There's always a chance I might have forgotten some crucial detail. Perhaps I should hear Sato-san out. I wonder, should I let her talk me through it again, or not bother? No need, I remember how this works. Let's get going. Thank you for the kind offer, Mrs. Sato. But I've been through plenty of these summation examinations already now. I think it's important that we don't delay the start any longer than necessary.
Of course, I understand. I'm quite sure you're right. If you're confused by anything at any point, you can turn to me for advice whenever you like. I'll be here for you.
The key to this is really listening carefully to each juror's statement. And pressing the shit out of them. Finding two that are contradictory and pitting the corresponding jurors against each other.
Without further ado, please, counsel, proceed with the summation examination.
Oh boy, I'm gonna need help. Okay. Yes, my lord. Now the hard part. I still see you back there, you frickin' jester. The defense's rebuttal. The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and straight up. There's no reason to doubt him. Well, time to press every single one of them.
Hold it!
Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem noble, but poor. Couldn't some of them also be liars? I've no doubt about it. Like that shit client of yours, for example. Absolutely not. Mr. Natsume is not a liar. Is no liar. Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night was that Japanese man's tea. When you take the gasman's testimony into account as well, the truth couldn't be any clearer. Well, that's alarmingly logical. But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with gentleman's values. If it turns out that the old Shakespearean chum is a rotten liar, though, I'd gladly change my decision about the defendant. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen on the jury would do the same. Isn't that right? Well, yes, perhaps. Though I don't see it happening. What's that? Elder gent at the end here, you know? You'll have to speak up. You'll have to speak up.
Look, I really don't care about all this nonsense. I just need this trial to be over.
How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury then? One? I guess the one on the far left? Alright, sir. I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. Okay. Well, I do declare that the gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think it's rather splendid.
Hold it!
God, kill me. Are you saying you believe the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid? In what fucking way? Literally, how? In what way is he rather splendid? Explain. Oh, thank God.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. The point is, the man is the victim here. What reason would you have to lie?
I can't.
And yes, he is rather splendid.
That's better.
And yes, he is rather splendid.
Better that way. So you say, yet again.
Meanwhile, the man who stands accused behaves so suspiciously. It's exhausting to look at him.
But what way does he? Okay, fair enough on Soseki acting suspicious, but that's not suspicious. Oh, in what world? What goddamn crazy fucking world did I get myself into in less than 5 seconds? What kind of crazy world am I in?
I'm afraid it's not splendid at all.
Splendid logic there, madame. Thank you so much. Kill me. Suzy the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, stoops all the while, and has a mustache. Very fishy.
Hold it!
No. Not one of those things is a reason to find the man guilty. But he is fishy. There's no punching dancing around the fact. He's Japanese, he has a mustache, and he stoops. And that's very racist of you. You see, you arrive at the conclusion in just 3 steps. 3 steps, like waltz in fact. You know, the more I think about it, the more this trial seems like a dance. You seem to be several steps ahead of yourself though, and you're on the wrong foot. I agree. No, there's nothing but circumstantial evidence here. There's no actual proof of the defendant's guilt. But the victim's version of events is backed up by what the big chin man next to him says, isn't it? 1, he saw the Japanese man there. 2, he saw no one else. And 3, he saw the Japanese man there. Oh, that's another 3 steps. Well, this really does seem more and more like a waltz, doesn't it? Right, and the prosecution will waltz its way to victory if I let you speak much more. True.
There is no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a fraudsman, for now at least.
Hold it!
A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, madame?
It really is a most tiresome problem for the company. Most irritating. We can be absolutely certain that a customer is stealing from us, but without hard evidence, we can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued.
I'm sorry, you lost me a little there. Who are you?
I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont. owner of the Altamont Gas Company.
Oh, good gracious. Altamont Gases. Altamont Gas, you say?
Gas is the future of the energy in this country and around the globe. The proper handling is essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree.
Absolutely, Lady Quinby. I gotta be used properly. Altamont Gas is the best in the world, of course. Huh. As the best in the world, of course.
Ah, I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier, Mr. Naruto.
Right. The bow.
Bow from earlier, Mr. Naruto.
Right. He bowed in deference to his employer's wife, did he? Ah. So, would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Madeline was watching what Mr. Shamspeare was up to in his room?
I'm afraid that there's no end to the lengths the population of the East End will go in order to steal our gas. So I really have no choice when the company identifies somebody as a possible fraudsman, but to dispatch a worker to watch the suspect day and night. We're very thorough in our investigations.
So you mean Mr. Shamspeare is...
I wouldn't come out and say it in public, but you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief.
You have noticed the public area here, have you?
The eye of man I've not heard, the ear of man I've not seen. Oh, faith, what spell wouldn't be with my words, were I to let them penetrate the skin. But seraphs near not insults, only choirs of angels in song. You may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around you until they find it. And when they do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your angelic height in an Altamont gas explosion.
Oh, Quinby! Literally! Okay, Quinby. So Mr. Shamspeare has been stealing gas. I wonder, during number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement.
My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping the thief apart you enjoyed?
A little before the part about abject violence, if it's not too much trouble. Actually, we could keep the abject violence in there.
Yes, of course.
This could be it. This could shift the balance. The victim put on the fire purpose, but in reality is a common thief of my company's gas. So now we put that against that the victim's a liar. I'll reconsider.
Objection!
These two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious, to whose statements do you refer, counsel?
Juror number 1. What are you... What are you... What are you yelling about, lad? What are you yelling about, lad? I presume you've heard of juror number 4 statement, made by the wife of the owner of Altamont Gas.
Well, yes.
Well, yes. The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight-up man, in fact, turns out to be a common thief. So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard them say as much.
It's true, we don't have evidence as such. Just yet. Just yet. But the claims aren't baseless, you know.
What?
You heard me. Seeing as his operation has already been compromised, I would suggest that the Corps hears testimony from a more East End branch office employee over there.
I'll do whatever you say, my lady. Councilman's honor. Jesus, she really is the queen bee. Juror number 1, you say you're a man of your word. If I could show that Mr. Shamspeare was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt. And the gentleman does not go back on his promises. God damn. Yes, I did say that. And as a matter of honor, I'll hold to it, as I'm sure the honorable gentlemen of the jury will. Me?
Oh, well, yes. Now that we've found out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further. Well, I mean, if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard half of what you've all been saying. So if this means you'll recover a few points, that would suit me down to the ground.
Oh no, I'm not having any part of this. I want the trial over and done with.
In that case, I shall change my leaning.
Yep. So, Mr. William Shakespeare, if that is your real name, we of the jury demand to know exactly what kind of a man you really are. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And we're fine. Woo! Woo! That's 4 jurors. 4 not guilty.
Yes, Mr. Naruto. Victory!
Whew. We did it. We're out of the words.
Order, order. Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defense's summation examination, jury's leaning has changed. Now, only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord and order the trial to continue.
You have spoiled the bouquet, Mr. Shakespeare. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. Yeah, he is the victim. Hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil? But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. So God mend me, I do swear. This Gasman speak of that which concerns him most, not but gas, not but thin air. I burn off right a while, but it have no substance, and it doth reek foul.
Oi, what did you say?
Do I take it, Mrs. Shakespeare, that you deny the allegation of gas thievery?
Most certainly, my lord. As thou forgot, I am as a seraph, an angel, noble of mind, sweet of nature, and very honest of heart.
You flowery mouth pompous beanpole. Just 'cause I haven't got the evidence yet.
Mr. Shakespeare, if, in fact, you are not noble of mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom.
True. It is my considered opinion that at the present time no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony ordered by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case.
Oh no.
However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of this witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further.
Objection!
Oh?
I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of the court's time.
The gas in this case are unrelated. Juror number 4.
Yes.
Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove this man has been stealing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him?
That's right, we do. Don't we, Watercut?
Absolutely, Lady Quinby. Gasman's honor.
Very well then, we will hear your testimony now. You will tell the court precisely why you believe the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare, has been stealing gas.
How the hell have I not cracked after so many Shakespeares beyond me? Oh, I couldn't read that.
Yes, my lord, it'll be my pleasure. On the ultimate gas name, I swear.
If I may, my lord.
Go ahead, madame.
This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, sweet as honey. Yeah.
Goddamn.
Very well. As an exception, I shall honor your request.
Thank you, my lord.
You wait till the boss gives you an earful. It's gonna sting. You mark my words.
Jesus Christ.
So, you will both testify before the court on the subject of the illegal consumption of the Ultimate Gas Company's fuel.
Yes. Is that clear, my good man?
Clear as ultimate gas, my lady. Which is the clearest in the world.
Jesus Christ. Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Miss Susato?
I think the man is just a very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruto.
And with that, we have another cross-examination. However, I think we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna press this and save. Right there. Save my game. I'm gonna save it here. I think that's enough of a good stopping point there for a bit. For now. Mainly because two reasons today. A, this is starting to hurt. B, and reason B, I have things planned for in an hour. So I have to go get myself ready, chat. Either way, chat, I hope in about an hour. Anyway, chat, I hope you did enjoy this little bit of Ace Attorney. There will be more next weekend, next Sunday, as per usual, because Ace Attorney Sundays. So until then, I will see you guys around, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, also, I should probably say this one last thing before I actually go bye-bye. One last thing. Next Tuesday, I did the other stream last Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I'm not sure if I'm able to stream. Just to make absolutely sure. I'm not sure I'm able to stream because in the morning I have something important to do. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take or how long. And then after that, I might have if I'm able to, you will know. If I'm not able to, obviously I won't be able to. So worst case, if I don't stream Tuesday, I will try to stream Wednesday instead. Okay? At worst case. Either way, have a good one, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.